Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Marv. This is Readings by Marvelous Madame THRU. This is going to be your weekly energy reading, carrying you through the energy of the 12th through the 19th for the beautiful sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Hello, Caps. How are ya? Everything you need is below in the description box for you and your collective Capricorn. Let's unpack. Sitting with your energy, I know that the majority of this shit that you're going through is definitely because of this career crap. And I've been reading that narrative for so long. But it doesn't necessarily have to be. Right now, what's coming into question this week with the big ticket item being this new moon in Scorpio is going to be hitting you in the 11th house. Commentary on that will come tomorrow. But sitting with your energy, I know you really are tired. I know it, and I know it, and I know it some more. You are almost a reading that got a ton of major arcana. But this is what we have, and let's go ahead and get it cracking. So there was collective readings that were placed on the channel. If you're interested in doing and going to view those, please go and view, drop me a comment. Let me know where you're at with it, Capricorn. If you're new here with me, hello, hello. If you are returning, welcome back. And if you're subscribed to the tribe, and what's good to the fam bams, let's go. Capricorn, when you start the week with a tower, we know something is wrong. Something has come crashing down, and this could be anything from people, places, and things. I feel, though, for you specifically this week, especially when I sat with your energy, and I'm looking at every damn thing else that's going on, especially the energy that's in your heart right now with that Four of Swords that you're looking at. This is the Mushroom Hunter's Tarot, too. So the imagery is going to be a little bit different, but I love the imagery in this deck, so I went with it. All right. Look at the image in that tower, guys. Like, I just can't even understand it. It's like a lightning bolt has completely zapped this bug in its head. I don't know whether that's an ant, but look at that. Look at that, guys. How powerful is that? That's a hell of an image, right? And what's interesting about this is that this is why I don't think you are feeling any kind of way about this. What does that mean, Marv? I don't think that you're feeling any kind of damn way about this. I feel like with most people, will leave and be devastated and at their tower. This is an awakening for you. This is a revelation for you. It's like your mind is blown. Your mind is zapped. I don't want to use the word dead. But you're walking into a new way of looking at something, Cap. That's what this is based upon the symbolism of this energy, okay? Why and how do I say that? Because the next card is the Four of Swords. You're quietly contemplating. You've been like, don't get me wrong, for some people that is experiencing this tower, they're going to be dealing with a brand new Capricorn, basically. Lightning strikes. So the lightning has struck this bug in the head, blah, 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 blah. I love this deck, guys. It was a Kickstarter deck, too, in case you're wondering. And it was, it's available now. But it was a Kickstarter deck. This guy, he had a lot of backers for this. This was beautiful. I love his illustration. I want to say, though, back to the point, I feel like, and honestly, I do know the name of this bug. I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but I just thought that this was very interesting. It's infamously known as the zombie ant fungus, which is interesting. Think about this. The spores of his fungus will infect and hijack the body of an ant. draining its nutrients and creating a network of cells throughout his body, allowing the fungus to manipulate the ant as though it were a puppet. The fungus then compels the ant to latch onto a leaf or a twig 25 centimeters off the ground, where the humidity and the temperature are just right for reproduction. And the mycelia spreads through the ant's dying body. Oh my God. And when ready, a mushroom will rise from the ant's head. I can't. Rupture and release its spores upon multitudes of others. The zombie ant fungus has been known to lay waste to entire colonies. Catastrophic destruction, interchange, and renovation. You're renovating that, and I wanted to read that. I had to go and find it because I do believe that this is your mind. Where previously, before, you could have been a zombie. You could have been metaphorically a zombie for people, places, and things. You're not on that shit anymore. How do I know that this has anything to do with your mind? Is because the next card is resting from this huge transformation, this huge revelation, this extreme change that just took place. Now you're quietly contemplating this. Now you're in rest and relaxation. It's almost as if you're resting from having a damn surgery, Cap. Self-protection and peace is where you are. You hit the pause button. You are recovering after a I don't want to necessarily say that it's self-inflicted, but you braced yourself for this tower. You knew that you were going into the tower. And when we look at the past being the King of Swords, I know damn well why that led to the tower. We'll get into that. And now you're in hermit mode. Yeah, you hit the pause button. You don't you don't have time to deal with anybody else's shit, Capricorn, but your own. And that's just period, point blank. I mean, I'm just going to keep it real. So whoever wants some of your time, they got to know you're not dealing with them. And it's nothing that should be offensive to anybody that loves you, because you do everything for everybody else, and it's time that you take a damn time out. And not only a time out, a massive time out. The puppet master shit is over with. The puppetry is over. A brand new Capricorn. The pause button. The pause button is what I'm feeling. And then look, you go into hermit mode. Four of Swords and hermit mode are very, very similar. Okay? Very, very similar. Very similar. You will be in a Four of Swords. You're burnt out, but you're recovering, right? You're deep. You also are going into a deep spiritual phase as well. Hermit further confirms this. Hermit states that you're in self-reflection, introspection, solitude, and wisdom. All right? You're wrapped up in your own journey. And folks that need you to show up the way you normally showed up are going to be fiercely disappointed at this, because you are not taking it anymore. You understand what I'm saying? What led you to this tower? What led you to the tower was a massive understanding that you needed to think logically, with reason and high standards, and stop being puppeted. And you had to go into this respecting yourself more than you respected other individuals. You had to think clearly. You had to focus on the truth. And when you focused on that truth, you realized that it was time to suffer. I guess we can call this an ego death, but it's not necessarily. I don't want to say that, because I associate, and I'm not going to lie to you, I associate ego more with fire cards, with my fire sign cards. I know that a lot of people would not like that, but in your case, I don't look at it that way. I'm looking at your cards, and with a lot of these swords, this is not, you didn't do this because you were suffering a damn ego death, in my opinion. Although your ego, some of your ego you could be burying it. I think it was more so just the way that you looked at things, just as like the way you looked at things, and more importantly, the truth about the way you dealt with other people. That is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that. And you are surrendering to this process, Cap. Look at that hangman. You're surrendering to the process. Absolutely surrendering. And I feel that that is extremely beautiful. Extremely gorgeous, because there is no way that you are not accepting this by surrendering. Your surrender in that hangman energy is allowing yourself to be completely made over. And I feel that because you are not fighting it, and it is a welcome tower, and you're no longer that zombie. You're no longer that puppet. And don't get me wrong, I could tell you right now what led to this was your massive feelings of duty. That's what it was. You're only going to pull yourself and drive yourself crazy for those you feel like you have duty to. Your duty and your sense of duty and everything surrounding where you pour your energy and your time is completely being rehauled. And that's just as simple as that. I feel though that, with that hangman, this is a card of sacrifice and surrender, and you're waiting. Look at all of the swords in this card. This is the ultimate card of viewing the world from an entirely different perspective, with the classic imagery of this particular card, being a person in upside down enlightenment, and the halo around the head of the person is giving this person new enlightenment and a new perspective. What have I said about thinking differently? Look at how all of these cards, I could not make it up when I was tapped in. I said, dang, I love it. And I go first pass. I meditate and I go first pass. I shuffled the hell out of these cards. So I was so excited to get them. And I shuffled and shuffled and shuffled and shuffled. I said, well, okay. All right. All right. So where you are right now, Cap, with your 11th house and this new moon in Scorpio, it could have something directly to do with your friends. I know that Scorpios themselves had some type of issue with some of their friend groups. This may resonate with you more, by the way, if you're a Capricorn that has strong air. Look at this. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Okay. Virgo is there as well. There's a sacrifice. And I think that the sacrifice is basically you have to surrender to the present. And a lot of times this can mean that you are on two different timelines when it comes to important decisions in your life and taking relationships with other people to the next level, like whether it be romantic, whether it be business. But I think patience and acceptance is the key, and that is what you've done. Hangman also is a sign that sacrifices have to be made. Okay? So sometimes this could either foster resentment or a renewed commitment, depending on how the situation is actually approached. Right now, you're waiting. You're not trying to move forward in anything, and this can be anybody's game. This is person, place, or thing, Cap, and this is what I have for you. I feel that you are being remade. I feel like you hit the pause button. You hit the pause button and you're putting yourself first. Like, share, and subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe. It is always a pleasure, Capricorn. I know I am going through this myself, so I'm feeling this a little bit. I'm not Cap Sun, I'm Cap Moon. So everything is like everybody lay down. I'm not, you either get down or lay down. You have to respect my mind. Honestly, I like that better. Respect my mind. You hit the pause button, and they gotta respect your mind. If they don't respect your mind, your mental, and where you're at right now, then they're gonna lose. And it's just as simple as that. I think I like that one better. They have to respect your mind, Capricorn. You just, respect your mind and pardon your back. I like that too. All right, let me get out of here. If you are looking for another perspective or another angle, please check out your channel, Marvelous Capricorn Tribe. And if you want a broader stroke at collective energy, go and check out the collective reads that I have on the channel. One is how they see you. The other one is what are their intentions and career and money. Capricorn, that career and money card reading came out very heavily. With some energies that you may be experiencing at work. I know that a lot of Capricorns have been having their 10th house remade. So if that's something that you want to check out, go and do that. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. It's always a pleasure. I'll see everyone else, including yourself, in the new moon in Scorpio, and everyone else. I'll see you next week when we do it again. Bye, guys.